story on BA 160 is ObamaCare. I'm Alex Smith. Today we'll be discussing ObamaCare and its effect on the general public. I will be interviewing 4 people from various walks of life in the Wisconsin area who will give us their input on the Affordable Care Act itself. Now, for those of you who don't know what ObamaCare is, it is a system put in place from the president himself to help relieve healthcare debt in the United States. The system is giving access to healthcare to those who cannot afford it, reduce healthcare costs, and improve the quality of the healthcare system. ObamaCare is offering new health benefits, rights, and protections to everyone. It was instated on March 21st, 2010. At the time, many people were for this new change in action to help us get out of debt. After a few years of testing out the water of this new healthcare system, people may have changed their minds on the matter. But first, let's hear from President Barack Obama himself to discuss his plan on ObamaCare, live from the White House.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am here to talk a little bit about ObamaCare and what it means. ObamaCare's main focus is to provide all Americans with affordable health insurance, improving the quality of health care, and regulating the healthcare insurance industry. ObamaCare offers Americans new rights and protections and affordable coverage. ObamaCare, if you would know, back in 1989, the Republicans tried to come up with something called the Heritage Foundation. ObamaCare is actually a replica of the Romney Care, which is the healthcare reform that was established by Governor Mitt Romney in Massachusetts.
Now I am going to go out into the field to interview my first decision maker and ask them how ObamaCare has affected them personally and professionally. Since I am a small business owner, ObamaCare is actually having more of a positive impact on me as a business, since I do have less than 50 employees, which means I have no penalty during tax time. I know for being a small business owner, I may see up to a 50% reduction in their share cost of employee premiums. The premiums I do pay for with my employees is actually tax deductible, which is really nice. Also another reason, as a small employer, I can now offer better quality insurance to my employees, since I now have the same buying rights as larger firms do, which means I can choose from more affordable insurance plans for my full-time employees. I do know that ObamaCare is actually meant to have a more huge effect on larger firms such as Walmart, and they're trying to get them to have push more affordable insurance plans onto their full-time staff. I do have a friend that's that works at a larger corporation, and I know she is anticipating what her company is going to do in January 2015, because she doesn't know if her company is going to choose to offer more affordable insurance for their employees, or drop everyone and have them pay the $2,000 fine, or the $2,000 penalty per full-time. Hi everyone, Alex Smith here. I am here with Zach Nix, who is an Upper Iowa University student, who's going to tell me his opinion on ObamaCare. Hi Zach.
Hi Alex.
What is your opinion on the Affordable Care Act as a college student?
I feel that ObamaCare is a great relief for me. I have the option to stay under my parents' plan. I can also have the college coverage if they offer it in my institution, or I can also go through ObamaCare. The options that ObamaCare give me for my class obviously helps me continue with my studies, not have to worry about health care issues. If my parents can't afford the health care under their current work because they don't make enough money, I can also take up the ObamaCare plans for obviously my health care needs.
Great. With ObamaCare, do you anticipate being able to afford health care when you turn 26?
Being able to afford my health care when I'm 26, I believe I'll be able to afford it because once I graduate with my master's or my doctorate degree, which I plan on getting here in the near future, I'll still be able to receive that as a reduced plan or reduced cost. So it helps me have more efforts on focusing on my work instead of worrying about how I'm going to afford health care.
Now I'm here with Dr. Johnson at Upper Iowa Hospital to give her thoughts on Obamacare. Hi, Doctor. Oh, hello. All right. How is Obamacare affecting your patients?
My patients are struggling with their premiums. There are a lot of people that cannot afford to pay their premiums. A lot of the patients that used to come to my office for their annual checkups don't even come anymore because I had to raise the costs of those checkups.
Why did you increase the cost to your patients?
Since Obamacare came out, the patients cannot afford to pay their premiums and do not pay their premiums are not getting coverage by their insurers. After 90 days, the insurers decide that they're not going to pay the bills because the premiums aren't being paid. At that point, those costs go to my office and I have to cover those myself.
Wow, that's crazy. Where do you think medical practice will be in 10 years from now based on the effects of Obamacare?
I believe there will be a shortage of doctors and other medical professionals within 10 years from now. There are already predictions that we are going to be short 91,500 doctors by the year 2020. Young people of interest in the medical care are seeing negative effects that the Obamacare is having on professionals today, and they are deciding to choose other career paths. The cost to a college graduate for a doctorate is about $300,000. So if you add that cost in to what they're going to end up having to cover for the patients that can't afford their premiums on their insurance, and then the insurances don't cover the costs of the doctors, now those medical professionals are going into a great deal of debt and having to close their practices. Therefore, the need for doctors is increasing, but the amount of medical professionals out there is going to be decreasing, and we're going to struggle to find doctors in the future.
Wow, all this information is mind-blowing. Thank you, Dr. Johnson.
You're welcome, Alex.
Hi everyone, Alex Smith here again. Today I am here with Mr. Pruitt with UIU Mechanics to get his input on Obamacare. Hi, Mr. Pruitt.
Hello, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Wonderful. Has your insurance premiums increased greater than normal recently now that Obamacare has been instated?
Well, actually, where I work, a lot of people got laid off. I mean, I think small businesses that I work for, that I'm working for, everybody else work for, a lot of them are cutting people and they're trying to lay off jobs in order to make the quota for the Obamacare.
That's too bad. Now, have your hours decreased since Obamacare?
Well, like I said, a lot of people got laid off. My hours are still the same, but I have friends that actually just got fired because I guess they only have 50 people working or something, and then they cut the Obamacare down. Yeah, in my opinion, I think that Obamacare just gave businesses a strategy to lower their plans to save money. I mean, it just feels like healthcare, they don't really care about health no more. It's more like a business, like a competitive market, and that's just my opinion on
How has Obamacare affected you personally?
it. Well, it kind of affected me personally real negative because I have a daughter that's sick, and when my company had started laying everybody off and cutting jobs and everything, they raised their prices for insurance because she is sick, so I had to pay a higher premium. And then with Obamacare, I couldn't get Obamacare because my company actually offers insurance. So with Obamacare, where you work for, if they offer insurance, you can't get Obamacare. So now I'm stuck going to a different policy, a different insurance company where I pay a lot more so that my family gets the right policy. So it affects me very negatively.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Pruitt.
Thank you.
Now back to Obama at the White House.
Some of the pros that go along with Obamacare is tens of millions of uninsured will get access to affordable health care insurance through the marketplace. Over half the insured Americans can get free or low-cost health insurance using a state health insurance and market plans. Also pros to this is women will not be discriminated and charged more than men for coverage of health care insurance. No one will be denied because they have pre-existing illnesses or they made mistakes in their application. Some of the cons that we would have to deal with this is there will be changes in tax. There will be tax hikes. tax hikes that will help cover some of this insurance. Insurance company must cover